Hi, welcome to the Photography GCSE course options presentation. I'm Mrs. Dubman and I teach photography at Maiden Early School. I'm going to be going through what this course involves, and firstly I'm going to discuss the assessment. So it's broken down into two parts. Component 1 is the coursework, and that takes up 60% of the overall grade. This runs from Year 9 through to December of Year 11. Component 2, the externally set assignment, is the exam portion. Now that runs from January through to March. It's worth 40% of the overall grades. Everything's broken down into 4 different assessment objectives. So the first one is about artist research, responding to ideas. The second is about experimenting with different types and processes. The third is about taking really quality observations, making sure that you've got the technical skill and knowledge. And number 4 is about resolving everything. So making sure that you're making those links with the artists, you're then taking really good quality photographs, experimenting appropriately, and then creating a resolution. So we often get asked if students need to buy a digital SLR camera. Now it's not essential for the course, but having a camera that you can have on a fully manual setting is very, very useful and really helps you understand the aperture and the shutter speed. We would like every student to purchase an A2 portfolio folder to keep loose work secure, and this can be purchased from the art department. What is integral to the course is having an SD card and an SD card reader. Having your own SD card means that you can use our cameras in school, but then you're less likely to misplace your photographs because you have them on your own SD card. And the SD card reader allows you to upload your images to the computer. Also, what's really essential for this course is having willing models. So family members, if they're happy for students to take photographs of them, it really does help build a personal portfolio. And having interesting opportunities to go to places to take photographs really does help. So where can photography take you? So as you can see here, there's so many different places that photography can take you. It has transferable skills because of using the equipment, laying out slides and your sketchbook and your portfolio, and also using technologies such as graphics tablets. So you could use any of these skills in things such as forensic photography or becoming an illustrator or a filmmaker. So lots of different varied options for you in the future. You may click on the links as well and find some really interesting websites to help you, especially the What Can I Do With My Photography degree, because you can use that for lots of different degrees, so you can have a search and see what's possible. So topics covered during Year 9, students have created some really exciting work looking at the formal elements. Artists that they research are then explored through the students' own photography. So setting up compositions, using lighting to really make sure that they've got a balanced exposure on the image. These are examples of the colour project that students embarked on, and they really engaged well with creating these fantastic compositions. Students have explored interesting ways of looking at texture, and actually we've been using an online free editing tool, Pixlr, which has been a fantastic way during lockdown for students to be editing their photos in a program which is very similar to Photoshop. As you can see here, students really get to be very investigative through their photography work in the first year. So students start by presenting their work digitally using slides. They then start to build up using a sketchbook later on in the year. But actually slides is a really fantastic tool to show their work digitally, and it enables us to give feedback throughout as well, because everybody can access the same document. Also during Year 9, There's a trip where students can take photographs on location. And this is a fantastic opportunity for students to be able to see what goes into the planning behind a photo shoot, to then create some more independent work using the skills that they learned in the beginning of the year. At the beginning of year 10, students have an opportunity to work with an artist for a whole day to learn a new technique. These are examples from a cyanotypes workshop with Meryl Donoghue. It's fantastic having these opportunities to work with more traditional materials and techniques, using chemical-based processes to create images. During year 10, students get to use the skills and techniques that they've learnt during year 9 to then drive their own project. They get to work independently and develop their techniques that they're interested in. In year 11, students complete their portfolio work by December and then receive an exam paper in January. The exam paper has 7 starting points, and students choose 1 to research, develop their ideas and take photographs and experiment. The work for the externally set assignment, the exam paper, is from January through to March, and then they have a 10-hour exam in March where they complete an outcome. So these are some examples of the techniques that students learn. So in addition to the technical skills of learning how to use a camera in its manual setting, where students will be learning how to use the shutter speed, the aperture, the flash kit lighting, they will also learn how to use experimental techniques like these. So disturbing the surface could be scratching, stitching, cutting into. Screen printing could be printing on top of photographs, or even scanning these in and using Photoshop manipulation techniques as well. Sculptural photography is often extremely successful and could be really fun to play with. The GCSE Exhibition is a fantastic time to be able to celebrate the work the students have completed on the course. We showcase their prep work and their outcomes throughout the whole department. It becomes a really engaging and exciting experience where younger year groups get to come around and have a look also. As you can see, there's some amazing outcomes, and it's really fantastic to be able to celebrate the students' work like this. So is there an A-level this leads to? Well, A-level photography has been running for a very long time at Maiden Early School, and it's extremely successful. Here are some beautiful examples of past students' work. We look forward to welcoming you on the course, and if you have any questions, do please ask.